Hello everyone, welcome back to today's showcase on Dark Souls 3. So, you've killed a twin princess, and you've probably doomed a lot of things. But hey, nothing turns out quite as planned, does it? You'll see what a joke I made there later. However, between the two princes you can choose which sword you want, though you have to make a choice. In the end, you'll want both of them, trust me. But to make the grand choice of which one you should really get, well, you should probably go for the lighter sword if I had to guess, instead of the great sword. That's my opinion anyway, but anyway, it's Lothric's holy sword. Yes, Prince Lothric. You know, that really sickly boy, man, not sure. Well, pretty much hanging onto his brother's back for dear life as you try to cut him down. Anyhow, the description of this weapon reads, Prince Lothric's straight sword, blessed by Emma with potent magic. Who's Emma? Not really sure. Anyhow, young Lothric was meant to be a champion, and was expected to wield this platinum sword, but some things will remain distant dreams forever. How unfortunate. Its skill is the sacred Lothric light. Assume the stance to imbue the sword with sacred light. Use a strong attack to release light together, the great thrust of the sword. Alright, neat. If it's any good, that is. We shall see. So yes, between the two swords, I believe this one to be the better of the two. Because there's many claymores, and the claymore version, it's a small spoiler, it doesn't seem anything different from all the other claymores in terms of performance. But this one has a beam. That makes it different. Ooh, light. Anyhow, visually the sword, well, it's a bit strange looking. I would say it looked like it does remind me of some blade, but I couldn't really find any particular example of this blade. The crossguard is kind of useless. The blade already has one built in. It doesn't really need a crossguard. Now, I mentioned that a huge hollowed area. Is that where you're... I'm not sure what the point of this is. If you're trying to block or deflect your opponent's blade, or, you know, you don't want to use that area. You really don't. It's a bad idea. And it's not really something to hold on with two hands, so it's very strangely shaped. I can see the wings. Well, the wings usually provide either a good way to deflect swords going down, so it goes away from your hand, excuse me, or it could stop you from impaling a target too far. But either way, it's not really needed. Whatever, though. Going on to the stats of Lothric's holy sword, you can see physically, you actually got an average amount of damage, but the bonus is plenty high, though, which is good. For your bonus, we got 2 Ds and an E. 1 D for strength, D for dexterity, and E for faith. Guess with the beam of light, I'm not truly surprised with that. Now, the attribute requirement, you got 10 strength, 18 dexterity, and 14 faith. So I'm not really sure how much bonus you get out of that faith. It's hard to tell since all of it folds into the physical damage. But moving on from that, we got the sacred Lothric light. Now, it didn't really mention, but it has 2 attacks for the special. It's like any other sword stance, but it's different. The basic attack is 17, the power attack is 22 for the light move. And the weight of the weapon is actually pretty darn low, 4.0. It is a straight sword after all. I guess it would be one of the heavier straight swords, but that's not really saying much. They're all light, including this weapon. So in all, looking pretty good. The animations for Lothric's holy sword. Well, the basic attack is the basic sword swipe. Nothing new there. Power attack, you got a heavy jab and then an upward swing, same as all the other straight swords. Two-handed wise, no surprise here. You still got the basic animation, the heavy lunges. And the power attack is the heavy swipes left and right. Now for something different, the special. As I said, you assume the usual stance. However, when you use the basic attack, you got the upward swing with all that light, and then you have the power attack with the beam. Ooh, shiny. very aesthetic, isn't it? Anyhow, the sprint attack is the basic sing swipe. Now, this weapon, because it is a boss weapon, it is reinforced with Titanite scale, no surprise there. And you get a pretty good, decent upgrade for it. You don't get a dramatic one, and the second level, the attribute bonus goes to C. But yes, this weapon's not going to be made for overly, having a lot of firepower, but it's going to be very useful in terms of that range. And you can see no other attribute bonus changed, other than the dexterity. And since it was reinforced with Titanite scale, it cannot be infused to any gem, unfortunately. Now, how does it perform in field? Well, with that special beam, it'd be pretty handy. Boom. Not very tough, but it is incredibly quick. Like that beam's instantly there. Now, I was going to get a backstab in. This guy would let me. There we go. Alright, so it's modest, 423. So between the two Prince's Sword, this is the weaker one, but I find it to be more useful. Yeah, sweet. Strange that it killed the one in front, but not the one behind. Is there... Oh, shit, they woke him up, did they? Guess they feel very threatened. Yep, you can see it has an incredible range. Okay, I better get rid of the small guys first. Normally it doesn't happen. But oh well. But yes, with the incredible range of this weapon, but can it go through a shield though? I've no doubt that the first attack can. Yep, sure enough, it gets through pretty easily. I'll just take that whack. Let's see. Yeah, it does pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. It usually functions as that sword move with a special. Now, going with the beam move, we can see it does a lot of damage to the Gorgile. The Gorgile is weak to magic, so we can easily just abuse that. But I wonder, can it go through a shield? And maybe the first move get through the shield. The basic light attack. Oh, it can! Wow! I wasn't expecting that, actually. I don't have to test the beam on the shield because you get right through it. Now, the beam is weak, but it's such incredible range. You can sucker punch any enemy with it. Especially bosses, I have no doubt. It'll probably easy sucker punch and whittle them down pretty quickly. That's if you don't mind using up your magic. But oh well. Backstabs are still pretty good, 400 damage almost. Pretty good. So very nimble, very versatile weapon. Doesn't really win out in any, high damage compartment, but still very useful. Moving on to the pros and cons of Lothric's Holy Sword. On the pros, you've got that beam. That awesome, awesome beam. This sword is incredibly nimble. It's very quick in every move it has. It can also break shields, both big and small. It's always good when it can break all sizes. Now, I guess that's it for the pros. Damage wasn't really that great, so it's average. Okay, but moving on to cons. It cannot be infused thanks to its Titanite scale reinforcement. And the beam isn't particularly very strong. But it is a sucker punch move. So well. Those are the cons. Damage? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. With the beam, it's pretty much added on top of the damage already existing, since it is a very quick move. Otherwise, the damage is very average. Reach? Well, it's a 10 out of 10. You get a effing beam with light shooting through your opponent. Animation? 5 out of 10. It borrows near all the basics, the longsword animation set, which is pretty boring, but at least has unique specials. At least a unique beam move with a very fancy stance move. So at least it puts a variation on that. Bonus though gets 7 out of 10. You may only get strength, but you get a lot of strength bonus out of that weapon. It's almost just as much as the actual weapon itself in terms of bonus damage. This guy gets 7 out of 10. It can go through shields, it shoots beams, it's incredibly nimble, though it's designed extremely weird-like. It's definitely unique in terms of looks. Take it as you will for that. But with all that in account, the Lothric's Holy Sword gets 35 out of 50, which is exceptional. It's a pretty useful blade. And with the Brother's Sword being outshined with some of the other great swords out there, or ultra great swords, I find this one to be better of the two. But that's just my opinion on that subject. So, I can only wonder which sword you chose in the end. Or did you get both after 2 playthroughs? It's worth your time. Trust me, it is worth your time to get both. But yes, it's a fairly excellent blade. Though it's not the most powerful, it is one of the most versatile. Easily winning out in reach for most weapons. I think this weapon has better beam reach than most other projectile weapons. But I haven't really tested that. But hey, that's been Showcase for today. I thank everyone here for watching, and I see you guys next time. Take care out there.